Let's take garbage and make it shine. This whole project is asinine. Waste some time with me, I can guarantee this old junk will soon toe the line.
We're polishing turds, mediocrity turd. I can't find the words, this song is absurd. We're polishing turds, we're polishing turds.
Alright, today on, what is this? Polishing Turds. I'm real good at doing stuff. We're going to look at decking this small block. Once we get it up in the machine, and we'll talk a little bit about why we're decking it and what we're changing. Remember, merch is at HaroldEngine.com. You guys are buying that stuff so fast we can't keep it in stock, but we ship it as soon as we got it. First thing we need to do is get these dowels out of this thing. You see, small block Chevrolet's got these dowels in here, and obviously they cannot be in the way when we go to deck this thing. So, let me show you real quick the process of that. Got a little collet that grabs these things, and this generally works pretty well. There you go. Gotta have tools sometimes.
We have the tools, we have the talent.
There's other ways to get them out, but you're gonna struggle. These make it pretty quick. Same thing. There we go. Now we're going to get this block up in our machine. Once we're in there, we'll show you the process. All right, now we have, trying to film my badass TV show, but it's too loud around here. Now we have our lineup bar, I guess you might call this, situated in the mains. If you'll notice, we've got these collars here. These are sized exactly for each block. So this is a small block Chevrolet one with 350 mains. These, we have a ton of these around here depending on which block we're working on. But these are for 350, and the idea is we're going to put this, we're going to take up all the gap here and put the center line of this bar in the center line of the main shaft on this block. And then from there, we're going to attach this plate here that's going to line up. You can see these cones center themselves in the camshaft tunnel. And the idea is we're going to find the center of this and the center of this, and this bar is going to give us some measuring surfaces to go on. Alright, so we got our block up in our, well, new to us, fancy machine. This machine's a little different than the one in the last Polishing Turds series. This one uses a different type of insert here. It's this one, in this case, it's what they call a CBN insert. Basically that means we're machining this block with space crystals. But other than that, it's kind of similar idea. And matter of fact, we're using the same, more or less the same tooling to get this thing up in here and ready to cut. All right, so now here's our plate that we have attached to the front of the block that's set up off our cone in the camshaft in here, and this bar that goes, it's centered in the mains. The idea behind this is now we got two flat surfaces that are 90 degrees from each other, right? So, and they're also exactly 7.5 inches from the center line of our crankshaft here. So now I've got an indicator on the this flat surface, and I can check and see that we're pretty much straight across here. It's hardly any movement. I don't know what, there's a little wiggle right there in the middle for some reason, but generally speaking we're 0 to 0, so this is flat. And now we can check that against this. There may be a little bit of a difference. Whether or not I correct that sometimes depends on how much room we've got to fix it. If we don't have much room, you know, we may have to leave it and get our deck height another way. But sometimes if there is room, we'll actually correct this and come on down with it. But now we're gonna measure and see what our deck height is. And the other thing I'm dealing with is this receiver groove here. It's a little deep for what I like. I like a little more pinch, so I want to just trim a little bit off and get that in a little better situation. But now let's measure and see where we're at. All right, I've measured deck height, and now we're going to indicate on the block itself. If you look for 0 over there and come over here, it moves about 5, if you can see that. So we do got a little bit of angularity, and we're about 9/022 tall, which is plenty tall. So we're going to probably correct this and bring this down between 5 and 10 thousandths, and that'll make our situation better everywhere. So now we're going to make a cut here, and you guys are going to get to listen to one of my biggest hits, luxurious decks. And we're going to make these decks luxurious, just like on the other machine, but probably even more luxurious. All right, so now our decks, as you can see, are slick and unbelievably luxurious, and they are 90 degrees from each other. Our O-ring situation is reduced. We got some, we can kind of make a fresh start here, or fresher start, and we're ready for the next step in the process, which is probably going to be boring these holes out. We're probably going to go 4 1/8 bore, so our stroke's going to be 3,750, which is going to give us 400 cubic inches or thereabouts. And that'll be the next step in the process on the next episode of Polishing Turds. Merch at HaroldEngine.com, and that's it for today.
We're polishing turds. Mediocrity care. I can't find the words. This song is absurd. We're polishing turds. We're polishing turds.